Welcome back to the show, everyone. You know, Easter is right around the corner, and we love spring, but we also love a very good Easter service. Here to tell us all about Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods Village. Get that out. We welcome Rick Bradford. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Bree.
How are you?
Good to see you. I'm good. I'm excited. This is such a great time of the year for us.
It is. I love the spring.
Yeah.
It's just such a renewal of everything, right? Flowers are blooming, the birds are out, a beautiful Easter celebration.
Well, we call Easter like the Super Bowl of the Christian calendar, because this is the time when many folks come to church. This and Christmas are the two big holidays, and so we're happy to invite everyone to come to Saddleback, which is in Clubhouse 5 every week, which is right here in the village. Obviously, everyone knows where that is, and our service are always at 9 and 11. So,
and that's on Sundays.
Sundays, yeah.
Throughout the entire year.
Yes, there are a few times, including Easter, when we meet in Clubhouse 2, just because the village puts on special Easter lunches or something.
Okay, so let's talk about your Easter service. Full breakfast, great music, not your usual Clubhouse, as you just mentioned.
That's right, Bree. We're actually in Clubhouse 2 for Easter. And that's fun. I really like it there. It's a little bit different than we're used to. In Clubhouse 5, we sit actually around tables, and we serve breakfast as you come in. You grab your food, and most people sit around the tables. We have some other chairs, but in Clubhouse 2, yes, on Easter, we're going to have our donuts and fruit and coffee and tea and all those things. But it's not as big, so we sit in rows. More traditional, actually. And I don't know, I think the singing's even a little better in Clubhouse 2, just because of the way it's set up. But I invite everyone to come on out and give us a try if you don't have your own church home. And I always say that because there's other great churches in this community. And I get excited if people will, if they have their own church home, go to that. Yeah. That's great.
Just go.
But a lot of us, once we moved here, and especially after COVID, we've gotten out of the habit of going to church. So if you need to go back to church, come give us a try.
Okay. Well, you also have a Good Friday service.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Tell us about that.
So Good Friday, which is really one of the most worshipful services of the year, that one is in Clubhouse 5 again. It's at 2 o'clock on Good Friday. Lasts about an hour, and like I say, there's some really unique things that happen in that I think anyone who would come is going to leave inspired, and it's very but no breakfast. but that's okay.
So Good Friday service is at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Clubhouse 5.
Okay, so it's after lunch, so come well fed and just expect to feel...
They'll sing, and there's going to be a couple of extra surprises.
Okay.
By the way, we are a little bit different. It's true on Good Friday, and it's true on Easter, and always, really. Our sermon is not by me, even though I am the pastor, but it's from Big Saddleback up at Lake Forest from the day before. And so it's on the big screen. You can see very well, but here's the huge difference. We close caption. Obviously, if it was live, you couldn't close caption, but we do. So if anyone is struggling with hearing or needs some help in that area, they absolutely love our messages by Pastor Andy. Typically, he is our pastor, the overall church, and it's wonderful. that's something we've been able to add in the last couple of months is closed captioning.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is for us.
Very much so. So, Rick, you have your own morning show.
I do.
And tell us what led to that, because it's been a long time since you've been a guest here on this day.
It is.
Because it seems
in fact, I haven't been here when you get to lead this.
No.
It's so fun. Yeah, it was actually over 7 years ago. I was on this show, and as I left, station manager Paul Ortiz asked me if I ever thought of doing a show. And I had not, of course. So long story short, every day since that time, 7.5 years, we do a show called Inspiration for Today. We've done over 1,500 shows now, all different. And there's huge variety, so you kind of have to tune in to see. Right now, as this airs, I've just finished teaching through the book of Revelation. People want to know what's going to happen in the future. Revelation tells us. And so there's about two weeks left of that study. So easy to join us. Just jump right in. In fact, we're in the best part. But we do from music to, I actually have done a lot of travelogue shows as we travel. And I mean, it's just huge variety. So
Rick,
Inspiration for Today.
Where do people find your show?
TV6.
Okay.
TV6.
And it's
at
on at
7:30.
7:30.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Even Sundays.
No. Good, thank you. Good catch. Good catch. No, it's only the weekdays.
Okay.
I get a weekend. Well, I have other things to do on the weekend.
Well, of course you do.
But anyway, yeah.
So is your travel vlog coinciding within that 10 minutes of the inspiration?
When we're doing that. We're not doing that currently, but of course we have a YouTube channel also that all these shows go on, and you can go on Inspiration for Today on YouTube and see all the past shows. And that was just, as Diane and my wife and I traveled, we videoed a lot, and people said I was like Huell Hauser.
Aww.
You might not even know Huell Hauser.
So the only reason I know that name is I was up in the LA area.
Yeah.
This was several years ago, and my boyfriend at the time actually watched him. And so we were at a restaurant, and he said, "Oh, that's Huell Hauser."
Huell Hauser. Yeah.
And I said, "Okay."
Yeah, you didn't know.
I mean, but so then subsequently he
but I consider that a compliment.
Was.
That guy was the king of travelogues. But anyway, one last thing I want to be sure and say before our time is up, and that is this coming Sunday, that would be the 13th, is our 16-year anniversary of the church in Clubhouse 5.
Congratulations.
Yes. So we're having a free pancake breakfast. Everyone, what a great day to come on out. We have a full breakfast and all the toppings that you could ever imagine on the pancakes. That's this Sunday. So Clubhouse 5, 9 or 11.
And that would be before the service?
Yeah, you get your food during, like I say, then you get to bring it in. And we sit at tables. I know it's different. Church isn't usually at round tables, but it is for us. And we're so thankful for the staff at Club.
It sounds very interactive,
that's
and people
our whole
can
point.
develop friendships and get to know each other better.
Exactly the point. And you know, when you read the Bible, Jesus did a lot of his talking to people at meals. He was always at somebody's home having dinner or whatever. So we think it's really does, for the reasons you say, we get to have a real social time. Right at our service.
Wow, it sounds very heartwarming.
Great. Thank you.
How'd you get so much passion? Where'd that all come from?
You know, I've always been enthusiastic about the Lord. I got to know him when I was 21 years old, and it's been that way ever since. And I've really not been a pastor most of my life, actually. I was in the business world. But one thing has led to another, and here I am, and I love it. We have, I have actually 6 other people on staff with me, and we are just having the time of our lives. It's so much fun.
Seems like it.
It is. It really
Wonderful.
is. Thanks, Bree.
Okay, Rick. So Good Friday, April 18th tell our viewers what time?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Okay.
And then Easter's
Easter's-
Clubhouse. The first one's in 5, then 2 on Easter.
Okay,
That's good to know.
that is good to know.
Good to know.
All right, well, it's posted up there as well.
Okay.
Rick, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
It was so enjoyable. Nice to get to know you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages. Stay with us.